What's up, guys? We are back, and I'm looking at some more MLB plays today over on PrizePicks. Yesterday's video, we had a WNBA with one push. MLB fell just short in that video. The video before that, we were able to sweep, so let's bounce back with a sweep this time around. We've been crushing it all MLB season long with about 26-man winners. We're looking to stay cash for some more winners today. So we're going to get to the free plays here in this video shortly. Before we do so, don't forget to leave a like on this video here, because if you get to 175 likes on this video, I'll drop a free third play in tomorrow's video. You guys did the like goal yesterday, which is why we have 3 plays in today's video. While you're down there leaving a like though, you may as well subscribe. And the final thing before we get to the free plays is to not miss out on joining the DubClub. The DubClub you can get access to right now with the link in my description or in the top line of the comment section. If you click that link and scroll down, you will have a special offer that pops up at the bottom of your screen, giving you a limited time discount with only a couple of spots left. It gives you access to my correlation slips here if you join the Discord, or it's also posted to the DubClub app, but I'd recommend joining the Discord through DubClub. It's really easy to do, but it gives you access to these plays here, which we have been cashing out time and time again. In the last 4 days, we have cashed 6 6-mans alone. 4 days, 6 6-man cashes, including a 39x and a 25.5x just the other day, as you can see here. We cashed out that hot dog promo there for about a 39x. This one's a 25.5x there, 35 to almost a grand right there. We are looking to cash more 6-mans today. We got a small slate, but a decent slate, so we're looking to cash some 6-mans tonight. But that is not only what's included with the DubClub. You also get all of my main plays sent straight to your phone, as well as access to my community chat if you join the Discord, where you can talk to me and other members. It's also super easy to ask me any questions. Just add me in the chat, and I'm very responsive. Any of you guys in the Discord will tell you how active I am. I'm constantly in there. But you also get access to my contributors' plays from Asby's, Emo, and Elo. Asby's has been crushing his plays time and time again, especially in the PGA. You see here just how much love he's been getting because of how much he cashes out in the PGA. Like, he is insane in golf. He just cashed his 2-man yesterday between Xander and Scotty Scheffler. And Elo is a great soccer guy as well. You can see all the love he gets also from his soccer plays, while Emo is an NBA and WNBA guy. There's some other things you also get included, like home run lottery slips, as well as some underdog streaks. So don't miss out in joining. There is that link in my description that will get you guys 25% off of your first month. If you use that link in my description or in the top of the comment section, you will not regret it. I seriously believe that you will not regret it. We cash 6-mans almost daily. It's not every day, of course, we're hitting a 6-man. They are still insanely hard to hit. But we have still had at least 20 winners this year, and we've had 6 in the last 4 days alone. With that out of the way, though, let's get to these free plays. Make sure that you play responsibly, not your own risk. Leave a like on this video here and subscribe if you've not already. The most important thing, though, is having those notifications on. That way you get in before these lines get bumped to get removed. Now let's get to today's plays. The first play on the PrizePicks board for tonight's slate is in the MLB and over in the fantasy score category. However, if you are on a sportsbook or do not have PrizePicks available to you, I do have an alternative for you. If you are on PrizePicks, I like him over 4.5 fantasy score, that being Spencer Torkelson over 4.5 fantasy score. But if you are on a sportsbook or do not have PrizePicks available to you, on every app out there, he should be available at half a run. But again, if you're on PrizePicks, I prefer the over 4.5 fantasy score. Not on PrizePicks, over half a run. Torkelson, though, has been in a great spot and has been great so far this year. He's over in 66% of games so far this year. He's been a little bit worse as of late, going over in only 50% of his last 20 games. However, what's important here to note is his hits, runs, and RBIs line. He's actually not even a minus 130. He's actually more than that. Just ProfitX just throws the odds off here. But he's actually pretty juiced over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs today. He's at least a minus 140, minus 150 around there. And he's covered his line in 55% of games. But he's covered his fantasy score in 66%. And if you don't know anything about the MLB, it is almost impossible, not necessarily impossible, but extremely hard to cover hits, runs, and RBIs without also covering or having at least 5 fantasy score on PrizePicks. So that's why there's so much edge here, I believe, taking his over 4.5 fantasy score today. The Tigers are also massive favorites in this game, and in games where the Tigers win, he has been ridiculously good, going over in 68%. When they win by at least 2 runs, over in 71%. On the road this year, over in 68%. Wins on the road, over in 77% with at least 2 runs, 67% in just any wins on the road. But his matchup here against Jonathan Cannon and the White Sox, and you can see how he's been against him in the past. He's a 333 batting average in 7 plate appearances with a 714 on-base percentage. That is ridiculous. 714 on-base percentage in 7 plate appearances with only 1 hit. So he's still getting walked a ton, which is massive for his fantasy score and also for his run. And you can see that Cannon has actually had a pretty rough year so far. He's a 4.15 ERA and a 4.18 against right-handed batters. Now, Torkelson, though, has a 366 on-base average. Against the cutter, goes down to a 253. Against a sinker, up to a 375. And they change up at 391. So he crushes 2 of his top 3 pitches, as you see there. And I'm not even really concerned about that, considering how good he has been against Cannon in the past. Not necessarily at getting hits, but just getting on base. Like 714 is ridiculous. So overall, I think Torkelson is in a great spot to have at least 5 fantasy score or to score a run in today's game, especially with the Tigers being favored and the juice on his over of 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Now, before we get to my next 2 plays in this video, if you have not already checked out DraftKings Pick 6, is a newer app from DraftKings, available in most states 18 years and older. So if PrizePicks is in your state, there's a pretty good chance your DraftKings Pick 6 could also be in your state. They have a beautiful welcome offer right now. Play $5, get $50 instantly if you use promo code DOMG and the link in my description. It also gives you access to these discounts here. We have Dustin May discounted from 5.5 strikeouts down to 4.5, as well as Joe Ryan discounted from 6.5 strikeouts down to 5.5. So we have 2 discounts and a play $5, get $50 instantly promo going on right now if you use my promo code DOMG. Link to join is available in my description. If you use my code, by the way, on an app that I'm affiliated with, and you use that promo code DOMG, take a screenshot, send it to domgpropsvip@gmail.com, and you can get a free month of my DubClub. So again, promo code DOMG on an app that I'm affiliated with. Take a screenshot, domgpropsvip@gmail.com. You can get a free month of my DubClub. Now, getting into my second play of the video here, we're going to stay in the fantasy score category here because today I'm going to go with Byron Buxton here, over 5.5 fantasy score on the PrizePicks board. So another fantasy score play on PrizePicks, and another alternative if you are not on PrizePicks. I like him to score a run in this game. I don't think he's on PrizePicks, but he's like a minus 140 to score a run, which I do like on sportsbooks. And he should also be available on apps like Underdog and Sleeper and Chalkboard, even if it is for a lower multiplier. But I still think Buxton is in a great spot to score a run, and also go over 5.5 fantasy score today. Same kind of deal with Torkelson here. He is extremely favored over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. In fact, his line is actually at 2.5 on some apps, where she is covered in 63%, his 1.5. And his fantasy score, though, he's covered in 65%. So better hit rate here for the fantasy score, with him having juice over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. His run, by the way, he's had a run in about 58% of games. It's still a very, very good spot there. But Buxton here in wins, since the Minnesota Twins are pretty heavy favorites here against the Athletics. In wins, he's actually been over this line in 83% of games. Massive hit rate there. On the road, over an 89%. Only missing this one time in a win on the road, which is just by 2 fantasy score there. Let's talk a little bit about the matchup though, because he is facing a somewhat decent pitcher here in Luis Severino here. He has had a little bit of a rougher year so far this year compared to years past, but he's a 3.89 ERA. It is a little bit worse, or a little bit better, I guess I would say, against righties. But I do like the pitch mix a little bit here, because Buxton has a 350 on-base average against a slider at 243, but the fastball and the sinker are still pretty decent at a 391 and a 342. You can even factor in the cutter and the changeup if you wanted to, but I tend to focus only on the top 3 pitches here, especially because those are all at least 20% or higher here. So I'm not super worried about the sinker, or the slider, I'm really not. I just think you'll probably be using it in those 2 strike counts to try to strike Buxton out, which is definitely possible. He's probably going to strike out twice in this game because that's just how Byron Buxton is. But the fastball, though, he crushes. He will kill that ball if he throws a fastball at him. 391 on-base average, and he's still pretty solid, too, against the sinker and does not really strike out too much against that pitch. So if he is indeed going to throw some fastballs and the sinkers at him, I think you will be able to crush those pitches. And in the past, you can see here that he's actually had a home run already off Severino, which he has a 500 batting average in 2 plate appearances, the 1 hit being a home run, of course. Books love him today. I love him today. Give me Byron Buxton here over his 5.5 fantasy score here, especially with the Twins being favored today. There's also massive upside, too, if he was to get walked, as well as him to steal a base. He has a massive stolen base upside. You can see his stolen bases this year. He's actually stole a base 9 times, which is a little bit lower than years past, I will say. But I do think there is still some decent upside there for Buxton to steal a base, which would be a +5 to his fantasy score on PrizePicks, pretty much like carrying a W because he still has to get on base. And now getting to my third and final play here on PrizePicks. If you have not already, leaving a like on this video, make sure to do so. That will get you a third bonus play tomorrow if we reach 175. But I'm going to go with my third play here, not Byron Buxton again. We're actually going to go with, this time, Tyler Anderson over his strikeouts at 3.5 against Boston today. I think Tyler Anderson's in a pretty good spot. You can see he's had at least 4 strikeouts in about 73% of games this year, which is 8 out of 11. And you can see how Boston is kind of ranked against lefties this year. They're ranked 16th in K percentage, but in the last 30 games, up to 21. So they are ranked. They've been striking out a little bit more lately against lefties than they have overall this year. You kind of see how they kind of strike out against this pitch mix, though. They actually strike out quite a bit against the fastball there. So you can kind of blow the fastball by him a little bit there. Changeup is still pretty high for a lot of those guys, too, like Trevor Story, Rafaela, as well as guys like Christian Campbell, striking out quite a bit against that changeup. You also have the cutter, which can get a couple of guys to K, as well as that nasty slider, which I'm hoping he uses in some of those 2 strike counts, although he just doesn't use it too much overall. If he does end up using those 2 strike counts, this should be pretty damn easy. His normal line is 4.5, which I actually don't mind on the over. I just prefer 3.5 for obvious reasons. And last year, you can even look at his line at 3.5, where he was pretty good compared to his 4.5 line, so pretty big difference there. But overall, I think 4 is too much to ask for here against Boston. Just because of how much they struck out against lefties and his pitch mix, Anderson should be able to get this one done. I'd be surprised if he did not have at least 4 in this matchup. I think it's kind of almost a buy low spot too, coming off of 2 rougher matchups. Like the A's and the Yankees just don't strike out too much, and I think it's just a much better matchup for him, especially on paper. Last year against Boston, he had 4 strikeouts against them in only 4.1 innings pitched. So I'm hoping you can do the same here and just get us 4 in this one, although I prefer 5+. I am not done with the free plays yet, but a couple of reminders to not miss out and join the DubClub. There is a special offer linked in my description that gets you into the DubClub right now. Only a couple of spots left, but it'll get you in at a discount and give you access to my correlation slips here. We've cashed 6 6-mans in the last 4 days alone. You'll see access to my community chat as well as my contributors' plays here. But here's some more free plays from the Daily Grind tool. And this tool here can show off the best bid to value plays on an app like PrizePicks or Underdog. Right now on PrizePicks, they list some value on Dustin May under pitching outs, Max Meyer over fantasy score, as well as Logan Webb under fantasy score, or even Brady Singer over 4 strikeouts today. There's other value too on the board, like some tennis there, some CSGO, a lot of cool values available on the PrizePicks board. And if you click on plus V plays, you can filter down to plays that fit into a 2-way power play or like a 5-pick or 6-pick flex in terms of expected value. This tool is really awesome if you want it for yourself. Get it for yourself in my description by clicking on the fantasy bundle and scrolling down. Be sure to use promo code DOMG. There's another tool available from the same guys sold so separately called the AS Generator. And this tool is over 2,000 US of profits since last year, and there are 7 slips on the board currently for apps like PrizePicks or Underdog. Right now on PrizePicks, there's a 6-pick flex which contains the value on Mickey Moniak over half a base, as well as guys like Dustin May under outs. Has a profit margin right now of about 8.25%, and if you click on Bet on PrizePicks, it puts into PrizePicks for you just like that. This tool is awesome. Get it for yourself in my description by clicking on the slip generator and then scrolling down and using promo code DOMG yet again. I'll see you guys hopefully in the DubClub or in tomorrow's video. Best of luck. If you want to save over $5,000 of profit on PrizePicks, watch this video on your screen right now.